have a good time last night?
Yes, thanks. It's always a pleasure to be served by somebody who enjoys the job so much.
Well, I'm always a willing employee, so if you ever need anyone...
Yeah, we'll give you a call.
Okay, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Max?
Yeah?
That was Chef on the phone. He wants to know how many covers for the cricket club lunch tomorrow.
Well, I've told him 22.
Well, don't shoot the messenger. Only cook the books, remember?
Sorry.
If we had somebody reliable front of house, you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself.
Stephanie is fine.
She's pretty, and she smiles a lot, like your little friend across the way.
What?
No, come on. I saw you chatting her up.
I was not. She just happens to be an employee of Terry Sullivan's round at the club, and a very good one to boot.
Well, actually, we could do with a very good employee here. You know, general housekeeping, that sort of thing.
We do not need a housekeeper, and especially a housekeeper who just happens to be a neighbour.
Oh, but...
I said no.
Well, as long as you don't expect me to keep house for you. Are you going straight to work?
No, I've got to pop into town and buy a couple of shirts. I've run out of cream ones.
Oh, you mean you'd rather buy shirts than wash them?
Time! And if I was occasionally allowed access to my own washing machine, I wouldn't be left in this position.
Well, don't forget to make time to replace all the washing you ruined yesterday.
Actually, I don't see why I should.
Okay. Come on, love.
Oh, thanks.
So, do you have any housekeeping experience?
Well, most of my work's been in hotels.
Oh, in what capacity?
Oh, all sorts. I've worked on reception, right through to functions manager at the Darlington in Southport.
Oh.
I've also been in charge of housekeeping services at a couple of other places.
And you won't feel it's a come-down, working as a housekeeper instead of being in charge?
Oh, no, I'm not proud. I've got a daughter to think of, and you've just got to take what you can get.
I'm sure you won't feel discontented and push the dust under the carpet?
No, I'm very thorough. And it'll only be part-time, won't it?
Well, Samantha, let's give it a try, shall we? It'll just be general housekeeping and some ironing.
Oh, right. So you do all the hiring and firing, then?
Well, behind every great man and all that nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that's about it. You're hired. Part-time housekeeper. We'll see you tomorrow at 10:30.
Right. OK, thanks very much.
I hope you'll be very happy with us.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, it's in good nick. Well, better nick than fuse.
You employed Sammy Rogers?
Yes. Oh, and there's a letter from Patricia. She's well. And Alice is learning to swim.
You've opened my mail.
Oh, by accident. My name's Farnham, too.
Reading my mail, employing people to work in my house. Why wasn't I consulted first?
Oh, you weren't here.
I am on the phone, anytime, anywhere.
You sound like a cocktail. Max, we needed a housekeeper, so I got one. End of story. And I might add, you need extra staff at the restaurant, so I might take some on.
Susanna, I run the business.
Well, of course you do. How much did we take last week? And what about the week before? And what's our wages bill?
Oh, come on, that's why I employ you.
Exactly. And I know who we can afford and when. Anyway, Samantha seems able enough to me. Why are you so against me taking her on?
Because it's happened before. With Patricia, she took on a neighbour, Rosie Banks, and without asking me first, she ended up stealing from me.
Oh, you can't tar everybody with the same brush.
I just don't like people interfering.
Max, no one's interfering.
I make the executive decisions, right?
Well, why don't you play the executive now and go and tell Samantha she hasn't got a job?
Listen, about this housekeeping job.
Oh, no. I'm made up about it. Thanks a lot, Max.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is...
What? You want me to start straight away?
Hi, Belle.
Hi.
How are things?
Fine, you know, we're coping. Actually, I'm a little bit worried about Daniel. I thought he was settling in, and then he was brought home from school today. He got into a fight. I think the pupils at the last school were a little bit more refined.
Oh, dear. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine, but the neighbour across the road, is it Mick Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
He brought him home saying that Daniel had started it.
Oh, and what does Daniel say?
He says that they're lying and that he was picked on. But I'd hate to fall out with a neighbour over who was telling the truth.
Oh, it can be a funny bunch round here. Now, our next-door neighbour, Ron Dixon, he's forever coming round to use the facts to get in touch with his son's solicitor in Bangkok.
Solicitor?
His son was caught smuggling drugs into Thailand. Could face the death penalty, apparently. Look, sorry, I've got to dash. Bye! So?
Well, I spoke to her about it, and it was quite difficult to explain, so,
Is she starting tomorrow or not?
Certainly not. Who do you think I am? She starts Monday morning.